and welcome to the show, where it's wrestling with entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday, and previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between, every Saturday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James Shea, alongside Kaliko Yachts.
Reporting live from Hotel Hell. I couldn't have picked up a better time to try to release some stress. That is for damn sure.
In that Has Been Hotel with Charlie Morningstar, Angel Dust, and the other has-beens in Has Been Hotel.
No. Well, this is not Hotel California, so I guess
At least there's that.
gotta take my wins where I can get them.
It was a good week for Wrestling Wit as we interviewed Mark James on the show last Tuesday. Incredible interview as well. And then obviously on Wednesday we interviewed Sin Bodhi. And obviously another incredible interview, former WWE superstar. Definitely go check those out if you haven't already. But always looking to the future. This upcoming Tuesday, we have Lucas Prez, who is the co-owner of Primetime Wrestling in Poland. We talk about becoming the co-owner, not necessarily having experience in the pro wrestling world, actually training to become a pro wrestler himself, talking and communication with Mercedes Moné, who is actually their women's champion right now, one of her many, many titles. We talk about that. We talk about, like I said, him becoming a wrestler, it being revealed that one of the wrestlers is actually his son, and a whole lot of really fun and interesting tidbits in that interview. Definitely go check it out. And then on Wednesday we have Kirill Valilo, going back to Russia. It's been a while. He is the partner of Karina Rossi, who we interviewed not too long ago. We talk about his relationship with his tag team partner, his injuries, his rivalries, and a hell of a lot more. And that interview is translated by also a pro wrestler named Latana. So definitely a lot of fun times on that one. Then we have no time for clips. This upcoming, the next Monday, the 24th, because it is almost the ending of the month once again, we have Fuse on the 25th, we have Latana, on the 26th, we have Joey Legend, and on December 3rd, we have Disco Ray. So, trying to close the year out strong. Alright, I think we're done putting ourselves over. No, Kaliko?
I mean, we need to. I mean, put me over. I need to get put over.
The best damn co-host in all of pro wrestling. The
I don't know about all that.
Squad. The general manager of the SmackDown Hotel.
Yeah, I feel like it right now. Oh my gosh, especially the way these people don't like my black pants. Anyways, let's keep it going. Let's get to the good stuff. They don't want to hear us put ourselves over. Let's get to the good stuff.
And it is a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the news. It was a good week if you were a John Cena fan, as earlier this week he became the Intercontinental Champion in Boston, defeating Dirty Dom to capture that championship for the very first time, becoming a Grand Slam champion. Usually when older talent takes the belt off a younger talent, it's kind of universally despised. It kind of seemed the exact opposite. Like, people were, like, genuinely happy for John that he won, this championship that's obviously eluded him in his career. Um, as somebody that's been critical of John Cena in the past, I didn't necessarily have that much of a problem with it. I thought it was a good and nice little moment that they had in Boston. Obviously, it's his last match in Boston. Um, what say you, Kaliko? Your thoughts on John Cena winning the IC title?
And they say, like you said, they usually poo-poo it, but circumstances being it's John Cena in Boston winning the only title that he has never held. So, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of how can I say it? The exception. He is the exception. I mean, it's the same thing with WrestleMania, right? People were more happy about him winning, and he was the heel because it was John Cena in his last WrestleMania match trying to break the record for Ric Flair. So it was like too many variables for it to, for people to be like, yeah, I don't want this to happen. And that's where, So, I mean, it happened. I'm happy for him. I mean, I saw it. My kid saw it. He's like, yeah, he won the IC title. He's the Grand Slam champion. And he's the oldest Grand Slam champion. That's the weird. That, they're trying to give him every record hanging out the nose. Oldest Grand Slam champion. Let's see. Oldest Grand Slam champion, most pay-per-view wins. Uh, the title record, like, what the hell else? Like, most make-a-wishes. I mean, you know, most talent he squashed.
Right.
Maybe just saying, just give it to him already. But I mean, yeah, you knew it was going to happen, and it also makes sense because it would make more sense for the payback if they execute the payback. How I think they're going to execute the payback.
I mean, would make sense. Early reports said that Dom was supposed to drop the title to John and at Survivor Series. Obviously they pulled the trigger a little bit sooner than that. There's still, a big question mark of what John Cena is doing for, Survivor Series. Considering, War Games isn't necessarily completed at this point. Um, and, Dom does kind of seem like he's wrapped up with, a rivalry with his dad. Which, I mean, it would make perfect sense to have, Ray and Dom Mysterio wrestle in San Diego. So, I mean, there's a lot of speculation about that. But somebody did mention online that John Cena was going to win the Intercontinental Championship. Sheamus was going to win the tournament to wrestle John Cena. And then in John Cena's final match, Sheamus would beat John Cena for the Intercontinental Champion, becoming a Grand Slam champion himself. I mean, it's a nice little story. The probability of it actually happening, I don't know. But half of it, 50% of it, 50% of it was true at this point.
The only issue with it is that he gains nothing from that. And when I say he, it's Sheamus who gains nothing from that.
I mean, he gets to retire John Cena and win the Intercontinental Championship. What more does he need?
Because my thought process is John Cena loses it to Ray, Oh no, not Ray, but John Cena loses it to Dom. Dom goes against Ray at Survivor Series. That to me makes more sense
What about
than
triple
it.
threat? John Ray and Dom at Survivor Series. Dom gets the pin on Ray. Doesn't necessarily hurt John.
Mm, it's sticky. Yeah, it's sticky. Mainly because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because I see the fact that it seems like it. Why would you put John in that? The only way you would put John in that is if Ray or Dom are winning the tournament.
But neither of them are in the tournament.
That's my point. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
So you see John Cena dropping the title well before his last match.
Oh yeah, because he would have to. I mean, either he's dropping that title before the final match, or he's dropping that title to Dom at his final match. There's no runaround with that.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, speaking of his final match, we've been going around and around and around when it comes to, um, John Cena's final match and whether or not Edge would be a part of it. Um, from what we're hearing, if you believe rumor and innuendo, Edge has signed with WWE, and he is going to be factored in somewhere in thereof when it comes to John Cena's final match. Um, I, I don't know how that really plays out unless he comes back at the Garden to who's wrestling in that match? It's Ed, Solo. Unless he comes back as the mystery opponent for Solo at the Garden, I don't know how you do it unless he just makes an impromptu return after the match or before the match or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Well, from what I heard, he's there. From the sources I've garnered, he's there, and it's really in play. So the thing that we didn't think was going to be in play is damn well in play. But 2025 has been a crazy bingo card, so I can't even at this point. I can't say shit.
I mean, considering we saw Zack Ryder on SmackDown last night, I could definitely agree with that. That was definitely not on my bingo card.
That was definitely not on anyone's bingo card, and you know it.
Woo woo woo. Um,
Damn it.
it does seem like WWE is trying to change things up, shake things up. Later that night on Raw, the Kabuki Warriors, Kabuki is better. They won the tag team.
Kabuki baby.
They won the tag team championships from Charlotte and Alexa. The week prior to that, Chelsea Green won the United States Championship, and if I'm being completely honest, it rightfully belongs to her. Um, so I mean, WWE is trying to shake things up because it does seem like things are a bit still right now. No?
I mean, yeah, but it's also like it's one of those things where it's like TKO is just shaking it up for shaking up's sake, or at least that's what it seems like to me. But then, I mean, TKO is not used to this slow story build shit. They're like, no, we need to keep the foot on the gas. And you got to give them credit. I mean, the foot to gas. You got to give them props where that goes, as far as that's concerned. I I just look at it like, man, they are just pushing it, trying to push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Especially considering that the places where they don't have PLEs are trying to like just hype the hell out of them. So I mean, they're just keeping everything shaking and keeping people on their toes, and that's a good thing. I wouldn't mind it. I think nobody minds that at all. And it brings curiosity into the WrestleMania season.
I mean, speaking of, WrestleMania, we do have, maybe some exclusive, news when it comes to that, and that is that, the WrestleMania commercial that we've been watching for the last, 2-3 weeks, they kind of, oh, who is this new wrestler that's coming? Oh, this is so exciting. And it was a WrestleMania commercial. Um, if you believe rumor and innuendo, that was not the full commercial. There is actually more to that commercial. There is a version of that commercial that actually features the final boss, The Rock. So, I don't know what that means. It could just be The Rock doing, the promotional walk just to say, hey, I did the commercial for, to add to the influence. But is there, like, a really real possibility that The Rock is actually factored into WrestleMania plans? Maybe not wrestling,
Me,
but, doing something on that card.
man, please. I wouldn't be surprised if that Saudi money was like, we want you at 42 or at 43, rather.
But that's still more than a year away. So, I mean, they could.
But
Hmm?
keep in mind, they set up Rock Cena a year. Twice in a row, they set it up a year in advance. So it's not out of the realm. And he missed again? Damn. But anyway, yeah, it's not out the realm. I don't put it past them, to be quite honest.
So maybe not Russell, but definitely he's doing something on that card.
Doing something to build it up to next year, because keep in mind, what was the one match everybody wanted?
Roman and Rock.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of a given.
Low-key, I disagree. I think at this point the bigger match would be Cody versus Rock. Cody got. I mean, The Rock has been terrorizing Cody's life for the last, 3 years at this point. He wanted his soul. He fucked over his title reign in the end. Um, and at WrestleMania 40, people kind of forget that The Rock actually got the pin on Cody. So, I mean, he has, a viable reason to say, I pinned you, you're the champion, give me a title match. I mean, technically he could just say, I'm taking a title match, bitch, because I'm the final boss. But, I mean, there's some continuity to it. And
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
literally could just do that. Just pull the bitch card and just be like, yeah, no, we doing it this way.
Rock and Cody would accept it because, he wants to get his comeuppance on The Rock. So, I mean, the story is more there with Cody than it is with Roman at this point. I mean, the only
It
thing.
is. It is. I also could see where 43, they really don't give a damn. Because this is the Saudi bought WrestleMania that people are. This is the Saudi people we're talking about.
Oh, that's true.
They're like, yo, can we get Yokozuna versus The Rock if they have?
For the Ula Fala.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna pull something out there. It's like, oh no, 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 no. Let's get Yokozuna versus Vader. I mean, just
Basically, just Dream Match Mania.
pretty much. That's what they thought. But all men, no women's.
I, you know, unfortunately, I don't think that you're too wrong about that. But, the possibility of Edge coming back, or maybe just a matter of time. We got Chris Jericho coming back. That is a matter of time because he did resign. Um, or he just signed in general. um, we did get, and it was just reported that Joe Hendry is now WWE approved, contracted. And his first match is obviously the intergender tag team match at Gold Rush. So they're already, like you said, he was just waiting to get called up.
Oh
So
yeah, he was poached out. I mean, he was poached a long time ago. The reason they had him under so long because they wanted him to get in shape, get kind of get rid of the love handles.
right, muffin top.
Oh, yep, get rid of the muffin top, and then just wait for that contract to come out so they could just poach him officially. I mean, since the Rumble, it was a matter of time. Personally, since 2024, it was a
I mean, I don't remember what Garden show it was, but like he was. People literally had Joe Hendry faces all in the WWE, arenas, and like at the Madison Square Garden on the big screens, like Joe Henry's face would just appear. Like it became like a cult classic, right? He made them have to acknowledge him, and I mean here we are.
Oh yeah, he made it happen. So I mean, you can't knock him for that. He made that shit happen.
People are saying that he's the mystery opponent at the Garden against Solo.
He could be. I just it'd be why he would need. I mean, considering it's the Garden and it's Raw. I mean, what would be the? You know what I'm saying? The motive.
I mean, it's no secret that Joe Hendry really wanted to wrestle John Cena during his last year. The story was there, and this is like a really real opportunity that he can actually wrestle John Cena. So I mean, like I said, the story is there.
Yeah, there. I mean, it's a matter if they're gonna. I just don't see if they were gonna pull that trigger, they would have pulled that trigger long time ago.
I don't know about that. Well, I mean, the only time I think that they could have pulled it where it, wouldn't have been a waste if they would have replaced Logan Paul with Joe Henry. I think Joe Henry was still under contract with TNA, so that couldn't have really been a viable option, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, but if they were gonna go there, they would have. I mean, it'd be one hell of a fast track. That'd be faster than Stephanie McCurry getting fast track.
I mean, Stephanie's fast track was just winning a championship. So, this is. I mean, they're not throwing any titles on him. They're just giving him, a major nod.
But against Solo,
I was going to say Cena.
mm, um, I'm iffy on it. I'm iffy. It's iffy with me because I'm like, I get it. I'm like,
Well, we are unfortunately in a downtime for WWE. Storylines aren't necessarily hitting as quite as well as they have. Um, you know, Things didn't necessarily develop the way that they thought it would. I could pinpoint it to the vision maybe not being, the most interesting thing on our TVs this year. And just kind of, you know, it's kind of okay to miss the episode of Raw SmackDown because nothing is really going to happen. It does seem like WWE is kind of making an effort to change that. Um, like we said, Joe Henry is coming. Um, uh, Edge possibly coming. Chris Jericho is definitely coming. Um, Trick Williams might be making a come up to the main roster as well. Which I mean
oh,
makes
it's not even an if. That's a win.
yeah. Which I mean it makes perfect sense at this point. I mean he literally did everything he could possibly do on NXT TV. Do you see that them steering the ship out of this blah era that they kind of had this year? Because 2025 definitely was not as strong as 23 or 24.
Well, mainly because a lot of things got caught. Well, honestly, I think this is the first year where it was a under TK. I mean, well, TKO bought it, but this is the first time where it was kind of heavily TKO influenced,
Right.
and you can tell. And because the whole unscripted reality show, and then The Rock coming in, and then The Rock coming out, and then turning Cena heel, and then The Rock not being able to fit it was just too much variability, and they're trying to promote TKO. TKO is trying to promote WWE like UFC, and it's nothing like the UFC.
Right.
And that's the biggest issue with it because you can tell like TKO is kind of out of touch with who the primary audience is for pro wrestling.
One could say that they never really was in touch to begin with because it's kind of out of their depth.
That is true.
Well, I mean, this 2025 was dubbed the era, the beginning of the Ruthless Depression era. People pinpoint the Raw on Netflix on January 6th being the beginning of the Ruthless Depression era, where WWE was now on 3 different channels, sucking, more revenue from people in a time where, things are really expensive. Another thing, obviously was the paid previews going to ESPN. What else?
Which was to fill the void. That was to fill the void left by um who was it? UFC, because UFC left to Paramount.
And um um what's it called? Storyline wise, maybe wasn't as rich of storylines as we had, the prior 2 years. Ticket prices went up drastically. Um, Buildings are starting to get half full because people obviously can't afford it. Essentially, people getting priced out. Um, and, WWE not really caring. And then you have the fact that some people.
WWE cares. TKO doesn't care.
Same difference. But.
It's a big difference. It's a big difference because and the reason I say that is when you're looking at talent, like prime example, the thing I can think of is like when the video went viral when Randy Orton damn near caught a whole migraine when he realized that somebody paid $30,000 for tickets, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
So that, I mean, the talent may not know it, but I mean, the talent is getting a feel of that. So I mean, if the talent's seeing that and going, "What the fuck?" You would think it would dawn on the people who are making the prices and go, "What the fuck?" But that's the tomato thing. So that's why I was like, kinda can say WWE, but WWE never priced it that crazy. WWE also never reneged on a goddamn Mania once it was announced.
Or
So this is where
event as well.
So that's what I'm saying. It's that those are like you could tell those are TKO decisions. Those aren't like WWE decisions.
Right. And I mean, it is obviously the influence of TKO. Some people are saying that TKO wants to phase out, WWE pay previews and replace them with their own. Um, that's just, seems stupid at this point, but I would not put it past them. So, all of these factors, like I said, Ruthless Depression era, I get it. And, I don't know when's the next time I'm going to go to a WWE event, but I would say that I'm definitely going to seriously consider if I want to go to that event, just because prices are just so, dramatically high at this point. Um, I do think that, if when it comes to, storyline wise, the future, you can see some signs of things maybe getting better. It would take an idiot to fuck up the return of Edge, Chris Jericho, and, even trying to bring up Joe Hendry and Trick Williams. So, I mean, there is potential, to get people interested again. But I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to fill that void that they're making when it comes to, all of this. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get your point. I just look at it like demand is still there because they're the only show in town when as far as like Raw is concerned. And clearly, it. I can see the model that they're going with. They're basically going, we're going to do less shows to increase demand for the people that come, so that way when they come, they're just going to go all out.
I mean,
and so far, mm-hmm. that model seems to be okay. Now the question is how long can that market sustain itself?
I mean, it hasn't necessarily worked that well. Obviously Madison Square Garden and, Cena's final match is going to sell out for obvious reasons. But, those smaller shows in, smaller, I don't want to say smaller states, but, those haven't been selling out. Like the camera side, the hard cam there is, a clear, like AEW level, they're not filling those arena type, pictures out there.
Yeah, I don't think they're filling it up for the week to week shows, but for the PLEs, it's a difference. So it's like a compare and contrast. It's a super big contrast.
I mean, I can make the argument that the same thing is for AEW because AEW's paid previews do generally much better than your random Dynamites or Rampage. Well, not Rampage. What is the second one called? Collision. Collision.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the paid previews do generally do better than a random Dynamite or Collision. I don't know how well Survivor Series is doing when it comes to ticket sales. That might be worth looking up. But, I mean, I get what you mean.
I mean, it's just, yeah, I think most people are like, because it's weird. And the only reason I say it's a big contrast. With prime example, Survivor Series is the first Big Four PLE that does not have a go home show in the city.
Yeah.
And some of that is by design because they know they're not going to get a lot of people to come out here in the middle of after Thanksgiving and Black Friday sale, and they're banking on the fact that Petco Park's going to be packed on Saturday. Right. So it's odd. It's very odd. I mean, I understand the people getting priced out, and I understand the rock and a hard place that a fan is at, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I also see the people who are like, this is the one time I'm going to go, and I'm just going to have to make it count. Unless you're a green shirt guy and you can make it count every week.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Oh, God. Can't be that bad.
I'm looking for the tickets for Survivor Series, and I cannot find the seating chart for that.
Are you looking for like the cheapest ticket? Because the cheapest ticket I saw, $150, because of the California law. So it's like what you pay is what you see is what you pay. So the cheapest one you're gonna see given easily is $150.
Here we go. San Diego. Available tickets as of November 8th. Available tickets is 2,962. Current setup is for 3,500, I should say, 276. And the tickets distributed as of right now is 3,200, 314. So, I mean, they did...
That was 3,200 at Petco?
That's what's been sold as of right now.
3,200 tickets has been sold.
Yes. So they have around 3,000 seats roughly left to fill. And that was
they got hella more than that because that stadium can fit easily 40 to 50,000.
Let me see.
Not even including the floor. Because if you look at the layout, everything is mostly floor seat.
Yeah, primarily. Let's see.
Which is the field, which makes sense. It's on the field.
Capacity is 39,000 40,860.
I swear to God, it feels like that.
So let's round up that it's 40,000. And that's just the seats. So they could have done 45, possibly 50,000, but they didn't set it up for that.
Well, granted, there. Well, for Petco Park, I do know there is a. I already know that they're not going to have that standing room popping because there is a standing room only section, and then
Yeah.
in that standing room only part, there is like, um, how can I put it? Like the park side of Petco Park, where people could kind of like chill on the grass and bring a blanket. You know what I mean? So that that part I know is gone. Is not going to happen. So that's why I was like, it could fit more. As far as like if you're trying to stuff it, but yeah. So that means that would tell me 3,200. So I mean 3,200 tickets sold, which would tell me that sounds like big. I would have thought 32,000.
I'm 32,000, 3,200. Yeah, 32,000. My bad.
Okay. That's why it threw me off. I was like,
Yeah, it's
that's like
35,200 and the current setup is 35,275. Available tickets is 2,962, and the tickets sold as of right now is 32,000 and
got it.
314.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was about to say, man, you had me looking like, what the hell? I'm had me thinking like, oh, that don't even sound right. 10%. Because if that was the case, they might as well did Aztec Arena or
Yeah.
Viejas or Sports Arena.
I just done fucked up the numbers, but yeah.
But we got it right. We back on track.
Yes, we're back on track. Um, so I mean, what was we getting at to begin with here? Just it seems like they're trying to genuinely get back on track when it comes to getting people's interest in, and I mean that's what they're supposed to do, but I don't know, what they have that they're actually going to do it. I think we're going to be staying in the Ruthless Depression era until people stop showing up at these shows that they're not getting paid for. And they stop getting paid for these shows. Which I don't know if that's actually going to happen.
It's not going to happen. And well, the one thing I thought about was that when TKO got bought, merged with WWE, WWE is basically making up for the hole that the UFC left, because UFC has been in a decline.
Right.
So I mean, and when I say a decline, a fucking decline. And they're basically carrying that weight.
I mean, you go to UFC events compared to WWE tickets. What would be the difference?
They're roughly, well, now they're on par. They're fucking on par because the cheapest, the last time I went to UFC, it was, what was it, I want to say it was either Anaheim or LA. But those three tickets was like five. I'm trying to think. When was the last time UFC I went to? Now you got me thinking. Which I think it was either John Jones. It was John Jones. It was the John Jones fight. And I'll give them the caveat for this because the John Jones fight was supposed to be in Vegas, and they ended up moving it out of Vegas because he couldn't get cleared in Vegas, so they moved it to the Forum in LA as like some last minute shit. And the tickets were already bought, so they refunded us, and then they gave them at a cheaper ticket. And even then, those were like, we got 4 tickets. That was like on a good end 6 to 8. And when you're looking at, and that was like pre-COVID, so even after that, you can only imagine those tickets going up. Like Anaheim, I can see like the UFC in Anaheim, like those are like 500 for nosebleeds. So with the WWE, it's starting to creep to that. But the one good thing I noticed with WWE, those prices. The WWE fan or the pro wrestling fan, some of them are smart enough just to wait, and then you got some that are FOMO. So the casual people who are like, oh wow, WWE's coming here and my kid likes it and I want to buy the ticket, those are the people who are probably more likely to be committed to buy the ticket. Vice the smart wrestling fans, and even like the wrestling influencers, like what's his name? Brock Lesnar guy and all these other cats. Some of them wait till like literally the last minute.
Right.
They show up day of the show, go to the ticket booth and be like, yo, give me a ticket.
Right.
So it's just a matter of how savvy you are. Like, what was it? Money in the Bank. I paid what, $600 for the floor seat week of.
Well, just googling really quick. The shows for UFC 322, Della something versus Marquez.
Oh, that's tomorrow, UFC 323, which I think is at the Garden. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden. The cheapest.
Yeah, so that's the funny thing too, because it's a combo.
Oh,
They could run those as combos. Because same when they came to Anaheim, they had a UFC fight that weekend, and then the following Monday they had a Raw. Right. And instead of doing 2 separate shows, you got a combo ticket to both shows.
Well, tickets for right now, the cheapest is $757, and then it spikes to $966. So
yeah, because it's New York City, and it's New York City. Valentina Shevchenko, I think, is on that co-main. Yeah. So most people are looking for that aspect of it, but it's going to sell because it's New York City. It's the Garden. How many people, you know what I mean? So, and that's the same with WWE Raw. It's going to be Raw. It's the Garden.
Right.
You know. But I think they're doing, I wouldn't be surprised if they did combos for those.
Well, next show after that is UFC 323. And the cheapest ticket is $234. Actually, $173. And it goes up to $196, $186. So obviously, a lot cheaper than the Garden show. But that show is in Las Vegas, at the T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah, which is usually that's their staple. Right. Yeah, and it's the end of the year, so they know most people are not gonna, Mm-hmm. And I've been to those. Yeah, that sounds about right, because I think I bought tickets there one time, and it was right around that price. So roughly, like UFC 373 is running in line with Survivor Series. However, Survivor Series is trying to pack a 30,000 seat stadium. Vice T-Mobile Arena is roughly
1,500.
15,000 to 17,000 on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
So
We shall see what happens. I think that personally, I don't think the Ruthless Depression era is going to go away anytime soon. Um,
it's gonna go away because it's gonna be in Saudi Arabia. You can bet your can't be depressed when you ain't spending no money.
so yeah, we shall see what happens there. Obviously, at some point the money's going to run out. So what we get when that time comes, we shall see. But as of right now, they're just being greedy motherfuckers. Um, somebody that could have actually taken advantage of this, be really, good towards the people, try and build some good faith. They have been building good faith. Is TNA. Yesterday, Mike Santana dropped the TNA Championship to Kazarian.
Frankie Kazarian.
I mean,
Didn't see him being champion on the bingo card after the triple threat cash in.
you know, I'm honestly, I'm genuinely happy for Kazarian. He definitely deserves it. Like he's a good guy, but then wasn't we just like 1 month ago building Santana as the guy that was going to lead TNA into the new era, into the future, and be that figurehead. And now he drops it like what 3 weeks later to Kazarian.
I mean, I get that point. I also can see like, okay, he got over which was the biggest hurdle, and it's not like he lost like no riffraff in it, right? Like there was some, Frankie Kazarian basically did what he had to do it, like not in the fairest of ways to win a title. So it's not like
the fairest means.
Right. So it's not like he just like straight up took a. It ain't like Kofi Kingston, Brock Lesnar.
I mean, at least Kofi Kingston held the championship for 6 months before they dropped him out.
Shit, that made it worse.
Mike Santana got 3 weeks at best.
I get it. I think it's just it's a setback for a comeback. I can see it. That's what I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
I feel like every time TNA gets good fate, they throw it away. And this was one of those moments.
Like, fuck this, man.
Because I don't know why, but TNA has always preferred heel champions to face champions. And I understand, that's their preference, but at some point you got to give the people what they want. And I don't think that that's necessarily the best business that they could have done.
I see it. I understand that aspect. I just think Santana, maybe they're just testing how bad the people want him to be the champion. Again, I don't know. I could tell you it shakes it up. He won it at the biggest show at WrestleMania, at their WrestleMania, and that was his biggest moment. But that's always been their motto. Because keep in mind, Josh Alexander with Moose and
Right.
Bobby Roode, and it's been,
and then Joe
Hendry.
Henry and Nick Nemeth.
So
Yep.
it's just one of those things where it's like because I guess their formula is that they want people where people could pay, like they actually want to come and see the champion or the heel champion get knocked by the person who got screwed over. Either that or they need to change that goddamn. They need to change their goddamn formula. Maybe I'll text Carlos's homegirl. I'll text his chick and be like, "Yo, what the fuck with this?"
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it. Um, it's not like, oh, the what's it called? Not production. Um, The Office is like, oh, this is a new thing with The Office. Like, this has always been a TNA problem. This has always been the TNA formula for some reason. You would have thought with different people at the helm it would have changed, but, I digress.
True. Hey, but what else can we do, bro? It is what it is.
Well, staying away, um, is a one Tegan Nox. Um, Something, I don't even fucking know what her name in
Nixon Newell.
Nixon Newell or Atwell or Adele
Nixon
or
Newell.
whatever it is. Yeah, well, she went from getting fired from WWE to struggling to get any bookings, whatsoever on the independents, to being one of the rare and only people to start an OnlyFans that failed, to getting signed by AEW. AEW took pity on her. Apparently, her and Miranda Elise, Amanda Elise, are a real life couple. And they're tagging together. They were a part of um, the new AEW Women's Tag Team Championship tournament. They were supposed to lose to Anna Jay and Tay Conti or Tay Mello or whatever.
Tay Mello, Tay J. One of them, goddamn.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them this time of the week. They were supposed to lose to them in the tournament. Um, Tegan and Udder decided to say, that don't work for me, brother. Leave the event. Did not have their scheduled match. Um, which left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths for obvious reasons. Except for apparently AEW. AEW was okay with them leaving. They said, yeah, no worries. I don't know if, they got fired or not, but it did seem like Tegan alluded to the fact that they will not be wrestling for AEW again, that they will be leaving. This
Oh,
goes,
Lord.
this goal just leaves me scratching my head, asking what was the point? What are you with all the information that I gave you? I'm sure you know. I'm assuming you heard her response to all of this as well. Um,
I heard it, and I'm still like, huh?
right. It's so it's baffling, right?
Very baffling. Mad baffling.
You know,
But then again, I, I, if they like it, I love it.
you know,
it I don't get it. Because it's not like she got leverage. And that's the one thing I hate. I hate that the fact that she was hurt all this time, so her body betrayed her. So she never really was able to get that leverage. But she's coming out like she's got leverage.
I mean, look at Becky Lynch right now. I mean, Becky Lynch everybody she touches right now has turned to gold. You know, everybody that she's had a feud with has gotten over. I think some people actually forget, and this might just be like a trivia question at this point. She failed to get Tegan over. She tried to have a rivalry with Tegan like maybe 2 years ago, and it failed miserably. Like the people did not give a shit about her whatsoever. So I mean, if Becky Lynch can't get you over, I think and I'm sorry to say it, when she got hurt, swapping Rhea Ripley for Tegan Nox was like the best thing that WWE ever did, because she does not have, like you said, her body betrayed her.
Je ne sais quoi.
I don't think
Her body betrayed her.
I think her idiom or her own hubris betrayed her. I think just personality wise, she has betrayed her as well. So I think WWE got out of that quite well. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's almost like she doesn't have the certain je ne sais quoi, if you will. Either that or her self-awareness is really shitty. But but who am I to decide? I can't decipher that unless, I get to know the person.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna be mad at her because she just walked out. You know, obviously that's what she wanted to do. You know, whatever.
I mean, if AEW is cool with it, who are we to?
That's who I'm mad about. Like, what the fuck is AEW? Like, okay, so I paid you to do a job. We promoted this match. You were supposed to do the match, and now you're saying you don't want to do the match? Like, bitch, get into that ring and jump your ass off.
Well, according to her, the story was we wanted more time and they didn't have more time.
I mean, it doesn't matter if if you were if you were booked on that card, if you were promoted to be on that card, and if one person bought a ticket to see you on that card, that person's now disappointed. It's AEW's job to, give the people, what they promise. And, obviously, factors play into that. Things can't always be controlled. And that's just a matter of, life. But she was there, she was healthy, she could have wrestled. And she didn't. AEW should have done what they needed to do to get her in that ring. And if she didn't get in that ring, there should have been bigger repercussions than there was. Then, okay, yeah, cool, no worries. You know what I mean? Like, this is why nobody takes Tony Khan seriously as a boss. Because if you could just walk out and not do the job that you were supposed to do, even if that is actually jobbing, then what hold does he have on you? You know what I mean?
Mm, but that's always been the locker room thing, so that ain't nothing new. What's new about that?
Well, this was the first time somebody refused to do the job but not refused to do the job, but walked completely out of the arena.
I mean, yeah, that could be the case, but I mean, I it's at this point. I mean, but that's always been the culture. It's a wild, wild west culture. It's a how can I say it? It's a that company is a wrestler's company, not a corporate company. That makes sense.
Well, personally, I think it makes them look unprofessional, and it makes Tegan look ungrateful. So,
Lose on all sides.
right. It's just kind of lose, lose, lose.
Yes.
Alright, well, that will conclude our coverage of the news. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
So, Rogue Energy, the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, whether it be juices, shakes, smoothies, and everything else in between. Their low calorie, no sugar energy formula is the perfect alternative to sugar filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Their extreme formula provides the most energy, focus, and sports performance possible. Their hydration line offers focus, ingredients without the added caffeine. Drink it anytime you're thirsty. And their shake formula is so delicious. Who doesn't love a cookies and cream, 0-calorie energy milkshake? First and foremost, they've designed every Rogue product line with performance and effectiveness in mind. It is critical that you look at the nutrition panels of drinks when comparing options. There are countless off-brands out there that are presenting low-quality, poorly dosed formulas that amount to expensive caffeine water. Every formula they produce is designed with optimal levels of high-quality ingredients. Additionally, you won't find a powdered gaming drink brand that dissolves better. No need to have chalky textures in your drink. Their taste profiles are unmatched, specifically designed for gamers, athletes, students, entrepreneurs, people with hectic schedules, individuals with low energy, podcasters who can't shut up, people who are health conscious, and so much more. Great as both a pre-workout and as a coffee energy drink replacement. Specifically designed every Rogue product line to be the best gaming drink on the planet. Rogue Energy, more focus, more wins.
Use promo code WRESTLINGWITHE for 10% off your next purchase. And we are wrestling with AEW Full Gear. It takes place next Saturday in New York, New Jersey at the Prudential Center. 8 matches has been announced already. More than likely, 32 more matches will be announced after we do this preview, I should say. But we are just going to preview what's already been announced. Let's get into it. Boom and Doom. Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall versus Roppongi Vice. This is a pre-show match, and my God, I mean, they're giving the people their money's worth right off the bat.
Yeah, they going for it. Okay, let's see. I'm looking up the whole. Oh. I mean, Roppongi Vice reunion. I think the Roppongi Vice reunion wins. All right.
I disagree. I think Big Boom and QT wins.
Oh no.
And better yet, I say Big Boom, AJ Big Boom beats Rocky Romero. He takes the W. And
Wow.
Rocky takes the pin.
Rocky takes the pin? Okay.
Rocky takes the pin. Alright. We have a revival of what was they called? The Acclaim. Max Caster and Anthony Bowens.
The Acclaimed, yeah.
Will be reuniting to take on a 2be determined tag team. Do they give them the win off the bat, or do they show that there's still issues and problems with these two guys?
You got to show the issues and problems. That's why it's like, or not. AEW is obviously going to have them win to show, hey, they can still do it, and they're going to be, we're not friends, we're friends thing.
Right. So you're saying basic logic should say that they shouldn't win. So that being said, they will win.
Basic logic says they should win, which means they won't win. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna milk this for a couple of more weeks.
So they win. They win or they lose.
They lose.
They lose. Okay. I'm gonna say that they lose as well. The singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship: Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Monet. Who wins?
You said Mercedes Monet versus who?
Chris Statlander.
This is interesting. Statlander gets the win because Monet won Blood and Guts.
So she gets the comeback.
Yeah, you can't get them all, brother.
Agreed.
And plus, Statlander beat the bitch that Mercedes couldn't beat. That looked really shitty.
Very true. Alright, we have a solid steel cage match for the AEW World Championship. Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe. Which, I mean, honestly, this is the most practical championship rivalry AEW has done in quite some time, if ever. You know, obviously the last match, you know, Page got the clean win, so Joe fucked him up. You know, obviously the natural progression is to have, you know, some type of match that will end the rivalry, you know, and not, end the blow your load at the right moment. You know, not, all over the place like, I don't know, John Moxley and the Death Riders, but I digress. Who wins, Kalisto?
I mean, Page.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, unless I go Page question mark.
I don't think he's going to lose to Joe.
I wouldn't think so.
Alright. We got Bro Ditto, Bandito, and Brody Burger King versus FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Hardwood with Stokely for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Who wins?
I would think Brodito. Yeah, I would think Brodito.
But what you want to put the belt on FTR when Edge and Christian comes back to finish the rivalry?
So Edge is gonna just do a one-off.
Right. I mean, they.
So he's gonna go off and do the one thing, like, man, you know that one time I did that thing, you know what I mean? I ain't mean it, bro. Just come on, man.
I mean, they drove his wife. I mean, he has to get some type of comeuppance against them again, no?
One would think, but
He doesn't like that much to avenge her honor.
I would think he would avenge the honor, but ain't nothing. AEW and storytelling. What can I say?
John Cena coming a calling.
When Cena calls, I guess he gets drafted like the goddamn Marines up in this bitch.
You know the meme where it's the guy with his girlfriend, but he's looking at the other girl.
Yes.
That is the girl that he's with, and John Cena is the girl he's looking at.
No, no, it would be like Christian. Christian would be where Beth is. Because the reason was all of this was for the Edge and Christian. It's like, yeah, Edge and Christian is cool, but I got this John Cena thing.
And they're paying me a lot of money to actually do it, so that's cool.
They're paying me for the one-off. I mean,
I'm going with FTO. $100,000 cash prize trios match.
is that 100,000 or a mil? Because I see a mil.
$1 million trios title match. I
Why the hell?
wonder if Hangman Page is getting $1 million for his match, and I mean he's the fucking champion. So why is like random, jackasses getting $1 million match, but the champion?
Because the Bucks would rather be legends in the bank than legends in the ring. I mean, granted, they're legends in the ring, but they also want to be legends in the bank.
Well, we have a Twinkle Toes McFingerfuck with Jack Perry the Platypus and Lunchasaurus versus the Young Fucks, Nicholas and Matt Jackoff with Josh Alexander. Who wins?
The Bucks? Question mark?
I mean, they lost the other match to Jurassic Express, so I mean, it would make sense that they would make a return, but then again, it's AEW logic, so.
I mean, common sense would tell you, the receipts are coming.
Why is Josh Alexander in this match?
The fuck if I know.
It's like one thing is not like the others.
Why is Kenny Omega teaming with Jurassic Park?
Because they're bad Young Bucks, and he's a good Kenny Omega. I mean, that makes more sense than... It makes more sense for Kenny Omega to team with Jurassic Express than the Young Bucks teaming with Josh Alexander. I mean, isn't he a part of the Don Callis family?
That's what I thought too. So I guess he needs the money? Question mark.
I mean, it's sounding like more like the Don Callis brothel for the way that he just lends out his people.
It's always been that way. He lends out takes shitter to Japan. Don't come back unless you got a title in your hand.
And from what I've heard, the Don Callis brothel kind of seems on brand for him, so maybe that's what he's going for.
So far, so good.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks and Alexander.
So you agree, the Bucks and Alexander?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, we have the Casino Gauntlet match to crown the inaugural AEW National Champion. This is AEW's 12th title that they're introducing. And one that's already out there that's a part of another company, the NWA. Tony Khan said that it was a way to honor NWA, but they are somewhat fucking NWA over by stealing their championship that's already, active. Mike Mondo is the current NWA national
National.
champion. So participants are not announced as of yet. But who do you see winning this championship?
I couldn't tell you, bro. It's like he brings up belts like Cracker Jack prizes.
I'm waiting
So
for them to make the title of titles. Every time you defend your title, you get 10 more titles. And once you collect 100 titles, you can cash it in for a better title.
I mean, why don't he just? I mean, the unified title is just an ode to the USWA. I don't. I'm lost with all these damn titles.
I mean, at least, those titles were AEW exclusives. Like, this is, like, literally just ripping off the NWA.
I I mean, no, it's not ripping off when it's an ode.
But it's still an active title for NWA.
We know. It's not like they could bring back the TV champion.
Why can't they?
WWE owns that name. Well,
WWE
you know
owns
what? Maybe
TV champion?
AEW. I mean, well, at least the WCW version, but they could. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So they kind of like, I wake up today, I'm gonna make another belt because he already got the women's watch. He's got the women's tag, and then what's gonna happen is they ain't gonna have that many tag teams, and then they're like, you know what? We're gonna have a women's trios championship.
You know what's coming.
It's coming.
Well, we have the AEW championship, the TNT championship, the tag team champions, and the trios champions, and whatever belt Okada has. That's 5 championships, right?
Yeah.
Then we have the women's championship, the TBS championship, and these women's tag team championships. So that's 8. So then we have this national championship. I feel like I'm missing like 5 more championships. Am I wrong here?
Well, let me see. They got the AEW championship, the TNT championship, the tag team championship, the trios championship, the intercontinental champion or the international championship,
Isn't
or
that
whatever the hell they call
isn't that
it,
the
and the
one that's
continental championship, which combined to become this unified championship. So that's like 7, right? I mean, that's like 6 right there, right?
hold on? I
Three.
will pull it up because Cage Match will tell me. All elite.
I mean, I just told you, that's like 6 belts right there.
Okay, so we have AEW Continental Championship, AEW International Championship,
See?
National Championship to be determined, TBS Champion, TNT Champion, Unified Champion,
My champion.
Women's World Champion, Women's World Tag Team Championship to be determined, AW World Championship, Tag Team Champions, and a World Trios Championship. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 titles.
And Okada got 3 of them hoes.
Okada has 3 of them.
Just put that out there.
I did find it interesting that Okada actually made his return to New Japan, and is going to be Tanahashi's last match. Um, so I mean, good on him. But even he said
I
this
mean,
isn't.
New Japan John Cena's got to come back with something.
Even he said it's not New Japan Okada. It's AEW Okada because those are two very different Okadas.
I mean, New Japan's John Cena needs his rival.
Yes, John Cena needs his Randy Orton. So I'm gonna say that this national championship is gonna go to Orange Cassidy or Eddie Kingston.
Oh gosh, that would be a reason to give Eddie Kingston a title.
And then he could honor. He could say that he dedicates the match to some type of some Japanese wrestler that nobody's heard of, even though it's an American title.
2K. He'll dedicate it to 2K.
How about Kenzo Suzuki?
Great O'Connor.
There you go. Alright, then we have a no disqualification match for the TNT Championship. Kyle Flatulence versus Mark Briscoe. Who wins? Kaliko.
If it's for the championship, you would think Briscoe would lose.
I mean, he lost the last time that they wrestled, so logic would say that he might win this one.
No, the fuck logic, no. Not with Briscoe.
Um, so you're saying that Briscoe is just a footnote for him?
Well, because the stipulation is that if he loses, he's got to join the Counts family, right?
Yeah, you're actually right about that. So, I mean,
So
then that means that Briscoe would win.
Oh gosh, Briscoe beats Fletcher.
Well, do you see him being a part of the Don Callis family?
Didn't he have his own thing? The hodgepodge of conglomerates, or
Yeah, the conglomerate.
the fact that he was the leader of a group tells you. I love Mark Briscoe, but goddamn, bro. I guess he's the motivator. He is the motivator.
I mean, he had a
You would
pretty
think the
good match
conglomerate would help him.
he had a good match with Kyle last month, and he is still coming off of a title, not a title win, but a win against MJF, not too long ago. So I would feel like he still has some momentum behind him. So yeah, why not give the title to Mark Briscoe? I feel like at some point they're going to want Kyle to go higher than what he is right now, and I mean it's not like there's a lack of championships he could win in replace of it. So yeah, why not Mark Briscoe?
Why not? I guess what to help him capitalize from the. I guess. I mean, logic. Like, who knows? I think. I mean. Fletcher already lost some shit, so I mean, it ain't like he's out of the realm. So whatever.
Alright.
So why not?
So if there's any other matches announced, which there's probably like 15 more that will be announced between now and the next time we record, we will preview those matches, and then obviously in 2 weeks we will review the show as a whole. That will conclude our coverage of the news for this week. Well, not the news, but that will conclude this episode as a whole. Next week we should have a full preview of Survivor Series, and yeah. Thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us this Tuesday as we interview Lucas Prez, and on Wednesday, Kirill Valilo. And join us every Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on Extra and on Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesShay993. Where can we find Kaliko?
When I'm not flooded in my home, I'll be at I Am Toledo. And when I'm not in the SmackDown Hotel, it'll be the Coleco Chronicles on YouTube.
For Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust, I'm James Shay, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.